Hi there, it's Ernest from TripAstute. In this video, we're discussing Chase's 524 credit acceptance rule and how you can see whether you're affected. One of the biggest problems that you may run into in the points and miles hobby is getting accepted for new cards, especially if you have several new accounts. Chase, for example, has an unofficial rule called 524, which refers to the amount of card accounts that you've opened in the last 2 years. According to the 524 rule, it's extremely unlikely that Chase will approve your credit card application if you've opened 5 or more credit card accounts in the last 24 months. There are many different ways to see whether you're affected by this rule. I know a lot of people in the points and miles hobby track their accounts using a spreadsheet. However, there is an easier way to see how many credit card accounts you've opened in the last 2 years. You can use a free credit score monitoring site like Credit Karma to see the number of accounts. I'll walk you through the process so you can see how it works. The first thing you want to do is go to the Credit Karma page and then simply log in. If you don't have an account, it's definitely worth setting one up. Credit Karma is a really great tool for checking your credit, and I actually use it every week just to check my credit score. Once you log in, you'll see 2 credit scores listed. One is from TransUnion and the other is from Equifax. Both are major consumer credit bureaus in the US, and your score should be similar from both agencies. At this point, you'll want to go to View Score Details. Once you're at the TransUnion score details, you want to scroll down and look at your credit age. Under credit age, there's going to be a View Details option. Go ahead and click on that. And this is where you can actually see all of your open accounts and how old your accounts are. So if I look down here, what you want to do is you want to look at the right side and see if there's anything within the last 2 years or 24 months. So if you look on my account, you can see that I've got 3 accounts that were open within the last 2 years. Now the trick with this is that these only include the open accounts. You're going to also want to check your closed accounts as well, in case you opened a credit card within the last 2 years but then canceled it. To do that, all you do is scroll back up and click on the View All Accounts. From here, you're going to want to scroll down and select the Show Closed under credit cards. And this will show you all the closed credit card accounts. So you're going to want to click on the plus sign to see more details. And you can look into the open area to see when you actually opened the account. So in this case, this one was opened over 6 years ago, so it doesn't really apply. But then if I look at this one, you'll see that this one was opened in June 27th, 2015. So it's 2 years and 3 months. So luckily this is excluded from the 24-month rule, but this is what you want to look out for. You want to look out for any accounts that may have been opened within the last 2 years. Any of the accounts found in the closed section that were opened within the last 2 years should be included in your 524 status count. One additional thing that I would do just to be safe is to check both of the credit bureaus. So for example, on this one, we had just checked TransUnion. I would switch over to Equifax and just double check to see if Equifax has anything listed in there in addition to TransUnion. You shouldn't find any discrepancies between the two, but if you do, you may want to address it with the credit bureaus. And that's our quick way of finding our 524 status using Credit Karma. So, in addition to seeing your open and closed accounts, here are some tips for checking your status. Number 1, business cards. Most business cards do not count against the 524 rule, since most do not appear on your personal credit report. However, if you happen to have one that does show up on your personal credit report, then it will count toward your 524 status. For more information on business cards, check out our video on the topic. Number 2, apply for Chase credit cards first. If you're new to the hobby, you may want to consider getting your Chase cards first before you get disqualified by the 524 rule. There are so many great credit cards out there, but it helps to start planning which ones you want to target first to avoid getting restricted by these policies, particularly from Chase, as they seem to be the strictest at the moment. For more information on applying, check out our tips and tricks when applying for a credit card video. How do you keep track of your credit card accounts? Please let us know in the comment section below. Also, let us know if you have any questions. We've included referral links to some of the popular Chase cards. TripAstute does get a commission if you use our links. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help us to continue creating content for this channel. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. Also, visit our website and subscribe to our newsletter for travel articles, updates, and contests. Until next time, travel safe, travel smart.